very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the journey to find our icon, our living icon, the journey to further show to the world the legacy that they have left with us and that they have done with us, keeping us happy, keeping us enthused, keeping us excited. I spoke with one half of the Clarendonians, which was Ernest and the world gravitated. A lot of people have watched the videos part 1 and part 2, but the question still lingers. Where is the other half of the Clarendonians, the legendary Peter Austin? So I was grateful to get the number from none other than Fred Locks, another icon. He said, Big Stone, I'll give you the number for Peter Austin because we love what you're doing for our icons. And this is where we're at today. Mr. Austin, welcome, sir.
Pleasure. My pleasure meeting you.
While I was on the phone, ladies and gentlemen, with Mr. Austin, he told me that he was 75 years old. Now, this morning when I drove up and I saw Mr. Austin, I could not believe it because I'm looking at a 30-something-year-old man. How you been doing?
Well, I guess it's because how you live your life.
Mm-hmm.
I no longer drink for quite a few years. I don't smoke, nothing at all. That meaning weed, cigarettes, and I try to live to eat as healthy as I can.
As you possibly can.
Get my night rest, 8 hours, you know. Exercise when I can.
You look in great shape. Your fans are going to be very happy to see you, sir.
Yes.
Well, today, Mr. Austin, I come looking for you, sir, because I grew up on your music. Your music takes me to many places in my mind.
Yes.
And I remember you said you started in 1963.
Yes, I did.
And that was the same year that you met Ernest.
Ernest, yeah.
And also, you did a number of #1 songs that your fan base will love and enjoy, and they have been loving and enjoying it. Sounds like You Can't Keep a Good Man Down. Sounds like Shooby-Dooby-Doo. Sounds like You Won't See Me. Sounds like You Can't Be Happy Until You Find Someone. Is that
you love someone? And I can tell you, don't want to cut you, but that song, I remember one day taking a taxi from Harborville, where I lived for almost 50 years. We went into town, and this taxi man, I noticed him every minute, although his eyes on the road, glance at me, I just sit quietly. He couldn't hold it no more. He said, "You do singing?" I said, "Sometimes I was singing on my bathroom and things." He said, "No, man. You know, used to do recording or something like that. No, you sing one tune, but you can't be happy until you love someone." I said, I couldn't charge you, you know. You make me get my wife.
Wow.
That song.
That song.
Yeah.
Wow. Powerful.
Yeah. Never charge.
And that is the power of the Clarendonians, ladies and gentlemen. They have caused a lot of healthy babies to be born in those days. And their music is what keeps us going on. Take us back to when you first met a younger Ernest Wilson.
I never forget the day, I never will until my dying day.
Wow.
Alright, I was living in Waterloo Road with an uncle of mine when I left Chesterville.
Okay.
You know, it was a training school really. And when I finished, I started working with Social Aid, an insurance company on Church Street. But not much was going on. And I met a guy by the name of Roy Falder. Two of us while we were singing, while we were selling insurance. And we started singing together, but we never knew much about harmony and things like that. We called ourselves the Nightingale. We entered a festival. The Nightingale. We entered a festival contest at the King's Theatre.
Yes.
Right? And Windward Road here. And we came second through fault of Roy. Right. I wasn't really a good singer. But that's where my love for singing started. And then Val Bennett, the late great Val Bennett, a tenor saxophone player, he was the band leader. And he was also living on Waterloo Road. So I used to travel to and from with him. And so, you know, we came second. And then I was there for a while, and I told my uncle that I'm not getting anywhere in Kingston. So I'd like to go back to my grandparents in Clarendon, East Clarendon. So whilst I went back down there in 1963, what I was talking about is before Jamaica gained independence in 1962. And now 1963, in the latter part of 1963, I went down to Clarendon and met. And one day, you know, I went by the school ground, the old primary school ground. And I was standing at a goat post, and a little boy come up to me and said, "Mr. Peter, can you sing a song for me?" I said, "Oh, you know I can sing." He said, "Yes, sir, you can sing." I don't know how he knew. Because from a little top, my uncle, they used to put me on stage, and I was never scared of crowd, and I was born in a musical family. And the uncle would play every instrument, and then the whole gramophone I would listen to, and you know, and so thing. And after I sing, I think it was "For Your Precious Love" I did.
Wow.
And he said, I said to him, oh, I saw how enthused he was, and I said, "You sing a song now for me." I don't remember the song he sang now, but I was very impressed.
Really?
Very impressed. So
how old you say Mr. Wilson was?
At that time he must have been about 11.
Wow.
Or 10 going on to 11. And when he did that, I said, no, this boy is very talented. What impressed me more was his quality of his voice and his timing.
Wow.
You know? So, during that time, I was singing with a band in Maple. And they had a talent parade, and I won 50 pounds.
That's a lot of money that time.
Yeah, singing Adele Raw's song. So we got the 50 pound. I was very proud of myself, be a 50 pound winner, you know. And then I talked to them. They loved me very much. I became the lead singer of the band at Mercury. We used to be on Brands Crescent at Magnet Theatre. And Dalfie was his name. And Dalfie, I went to him and said, "Dalfie, there's a little boy in East. He's very good." So I asked his mother if he could allow him to come with me. And the mother agreed. So we went to Maple. It was on a Friday. Never forget the date.
Friday.
It was on a Friday. And when we went up Branch Crescent into Magnet Theatre, he was coming out. And I said, "Dalfie, what up, man?" He said, "Peter, we don't have any rehearsal today." And I said, "Well, it's not so much the rehearsal, but I carry this little you that I told you about. You know?" And Dalfie said, "Okay, little man, sing for me." And Ernest started singing, and he started chewing his gum. Because he was a bass player, and like he said, "Peter, yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
He's good. Let him come with us." So we started singing separately with the band.
Okay, Ernest doing one thing and you doing your own thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I would sing, "This is a letter to mommy and daddy." That was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And then Ernest would sing like, "Can't you see that I love you?" And you know, those songs. And so we go out on gigs. Mother would sometimes accompany us. Sometimes we go just the two of us and the band. We singing, we sleep in hotel, we sleep in marketplace. And the band we play all about in Clarendon, Frankfield, you know the place. That's how I get to know the place. Then we start going to Ochi. I remember one night they employed us to sing at the Playboy Club.
Wow.
And those were the days when I would call it apartheid was in Jamaica, because we had to go through the kitchen to go on stage.
Wow.
Saturday. And when we finished, we had to go back, and then they put us in a lounge chair. That in the morning, it come like we swim. Back to back, and when we get up, it's like we fast. Oh my God. Anyhow, we got paid, and we drove via, that was St. Anne and St. Mary border, come back through St. Mary.
And it was separate acts that time?
No, that time we were Clarendonians.
So you don't know the Clarendonians?
Yes.
Okay.
Because all the Clarendonians started, after we started after we started singing with the band, I wrote the song, A Day Will Come.
A Day Will Come.
Then
Give us a little bit, remind you of first your fan base of A Day Will Come. I want to hear a little piece
Oh, it was a beautiful song.
Let me hear
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know what brought that feeling on, but I could bang a little on the piano.
Right.
So, a day will come when you will cry. A day will come when I'll be satisfied. And I'll take it easy. And want to go by. Ernest said, bye, bye. Then I will be happy. Oh, happy to say goodbye. A day will come.
Yes!
When you will regret and all those.
Powerful, ladies and gentlemen. He's just as good then as he is today.
And then
Powerful.
And then after we rehearsed that song,
Yes.
and we came into Beverly, and this is very ironic. God, to me, it was divine guidance.
Right.
The first time we're gonna do that record, a high struck that came from Kingston. Cause remember, I'm a Tony in a sense.
Right.
So the high struck come to Kingston, come to East, sell off the ice and was going back now via Salt River. And Ernest was, I think he was maybe coming from school. School was over on that day. And I jump up in the truck, the back of the ice truck, you know, with the one guy at the back there. And so Ernest run, and Ernest, and I grab his hand and drive up in the truck.
Yeah.
And the man them just laugh and carry into town. So when we came into town now, he stayed with my relatives.
Okay.
I have a lot of uncles and in-laws and things. So he stayed with people in Jonestown, to be exact. And then we went to Beverly's. And right away we was accepted. And we were the first one and the only one that Leslie Kong of Beverly's record took to Foreshore Road then. To Bell Road. And record at Federal Liquor Studio.
Yes.
When we come out, we lose about 10 pounds.
The way you were sweating and so on.
And that drum
A hot box.
and that's only 2 cuts. First cut was for make certain, and then go back, drum beat over the drum, and thing, and it was nice. When me hearing my voice for the first time, and I record the whole of my throat, man.
You can't believe it's you.
Alright, and when it was over, the session, I remember Deadman Decker was there, Roy Shirley was there, and to be honest, Ernest was so versatile that Roy sing a song named Shirley that was maybe his first song, and Ernest actually carry harmony along for him, you know.
Wow.
That's how good. That, you know, even have to know the sign, just watch him out. Can I play the other songs that I would, you know, give an idea. Ernest don't him know the words, you know. Him watch my mouth, him will tell you that. And him know how my farm, and know what words coming out.
Wow.
So alright, we did that, and then the same time we went to Duke Reed at Bond Street. And I wrote the song Muy Bien. It in a little Spanish. Muy bien, my friend. You think that you're smart, but you can't break my heart. So muy bien, my friend.
Powerful.
And then the other side of it was You Are a Fool. That's the side that I love because it was a slow tune.
Okay.
You are a fool, a black-headed fool, to be in love with someone who don't love you. You're bound to get heartache when you call his name, and your poor heart alone feel the pain. And I want to hear you say now there and say, I mean, you say, baby, I just want to come to you as a friend who have been hurt by love time and time and times again. You see, I know you're born to get heartaches when you call his name and your poor heart's alone. Feel the pain.
Oh,
and that were two good songs. When I went to Duke Creek for money now, after the recording,
yes, sir,
linked it and the band, so good day, Mr. Reed, me and Ernest went. And he said to me, son, I like how you boys sing. And I want you to do some more songs for me. I said, that's good, and I appreciate that, Mr. Reed. Because, you know, I'm always taking the lead.
Yes.
So I said, Mr. Reed, if somebody work for you, and they work good, and you want them to work again, because I don't hear him talk about money, so you'd pay that person, and then
we can take it from there.
So here, Mr. Reed, to me, I don't like rude boys, you know. So I said, Mr. Reed, but what's rude about that, sir? Him say, I don't like rude boys, you know, I have them going outside and thing. And him come and chop me.
You're kidding me?
Him have ring on every finger on his hand.
Wow.
And he chopped me with the big hand in my neck. And me rustle away and grab, because he used to sell liquor. I don't remember if it was a empty bottle or that, but me grab 2 bottles. Ready for it. But
yeah,
you know, you're young and
yeah.
so some guys say, Clarendonians, I would like how you sing, you know, bass, but you can't lick the bass, you know. And tears come down my eyes, man, and me put back the buckle them. And Ernest do so. No, Ernest is a, call it a country boy, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know, I live at 81 Ascot Street. And I don't know Ernest find there, you know, because him go northwest, and I go east. I run Gas Central. And go to the police and explain to them, and them say if the neck hurting me, so it's really my pride hurt.
Yeah, yeah.
So me say yes. Them write a note and say must go public. So I go there and sit down a little bit and I hiss my teeth and tear up the paper. Tears that roll down my face. I go to my auntie. My auntie said, Peter, don't cry. Go to Denham Town police station and ask for Inspector Cox and tell him that I sent him. They were maybe good friends. Maybe internet, I don't. And so I did. I went there and told Mr. Cox, I said, Mr. Cox, my auntie sent me. He said, oh yes. Call her name. She was very excited. And I said, well, Mr. Cox, we'll do some recording for Duke. We're known as a Clarendonian. And instead of paying me, chuck me and things like that, so him call the whole time phone that you.
Yeah.
There. Good day, Mr. Reed. Yes, sir. Inspector Cox here. There's a little boy here. What's your name, son? I said, the Clarendonian. Yes, sir. And yes, sir. And the man talked to me because he was an inspector of police, like he was a subordinate, you know. To him, he was, you know, subordinate to him. And then, you know, Inspector Cox, when he put on the phone, he said, Mr. Reed said, I'll give you £60. £6. £6, not 60, £6. And tell the little one to come see him, but tell him mustn't come back. So at that stage, if we were, you know, if we weren't in God's hand,
right.
maybe
we would have
separated.
Wow.
And you know, his mother and his sister took him to Reed, and they got, I don't know how much, 610, I wouldn't know how much Ernest got. And so we decided to go to Coxon.
Okay.
And when we went to Studio One, we did a tune named After He Breaks Your Heart. After he breaks your heart, you're coming back to me on bended knee. But as I've told you before, my baby, I can't hear your pleas, 'cause I didn't break your heart. You broke mine, baby. Anyhow, so we did that. Was that it? Was that it? So we went back to Clarendon. He most of all had to go back to school. So I stayed in town. And then the techniques broke up. That was another incident. Winston Riley of the Texas contacted me and asked us to form, but 2 of them leave. Was the Indian guy, I don't remember if his name was Frampton or what, and then Slim Smith, who was the lead singer. So it left Dadum and Winston Riley. Winston took me and drove me to, he had a car and we drove to Clarendon. and we find Ernest and his mother, and Winston begged the mother to allow him to come to town and farm the group. So we stayed by Winston in the days. He now go to his sister who was then married to a policeman.
I want to get this straight though. So at one time the Clarendonians became the Techniques?
Techniques. Yes, we did a song named I Can't Love Another, which I wrote. And Dadum, he had a kind of squeaky voice. And so Dadum led the song, was the lead singer. I think it was Edward Siaga was the man behind it.
Okay,
so we went and, yeah, was the producer. So we went at West Indies record, RRL. It was then he had interest in that recording studio, and we did the song. We'll never make a hit. But one day while Ernest and I wrote this song, Can't Keep a Good Man Down, it just came to me, and Winston and Dadum went out, and the two of us were sitting on a veranda there in West Street, and we started singing. And a lady who lived on the back, tenement yard, and she passed us and heard us, and she said, the two of us sound better than the four of them, and the two of them for singing.
She does.
She said fast and quick.
Yeah, good.
Because she don't want.
That was the name, Jim.
She don't want to say she interfere.
Right, with the production,
you know. And I said, Ernest, you know, say, what the lady said.
It's true.
Makes sense. So I said, all right. So Ernest, without them knowing, come and go back to Cox. And we brought that, and we took that song to Cox. 10-year contract right away.
Wow. Wow.
And that's how we start making the hits. Actually, the first, if you notice the picture that we're taking.
Yeah, that picture, black and white picture.
Okay, that was the Techniques, the two that come out. The one I had on, the jacket, was Slim Smith jacket. the one
it was a piece of history.
Yeah, and the other one that he had on, that Ernest had on, was the other guy that left. You know? Because
but it looked, Peter, it looked like it was tailor-made for you
guys. If you notice why I set my answer, the jacket was come. Because Slim Smith had I think he was a little taller than I and maybe longer.
Yeah.
So when we put it at his Murray studio, we took it on Orange Street.
Okay.
That's where Cox said out to take the picture. After that we do that, we take a lot of different.
Yeah, man.
You know, but we weren't very. We never loved to be in the limelight. I want to tell you, sometimes we're coming up Orange Street, singing, and girls start flock us. We have to run into a store and hide in Bamboo, in Brownstown, St. Anne.
Yes.
They had party for us, the Clarendonians party, and they bring on Delroy Wilson. They kill like 5 goats.
What?
Have a big party, all the nurses and doctors and things they go there, when we sleep, the bed, them breakfast in bed, we got,
for a king that you are.
King treatment, to be honest with you. I don't remember the place that we sang. It was like some Addison Taylor Park. Who's from Brownstown, forgive me if I said it wrong. But I think the name was Addison Taylor Park, it was flat. And we sang there, and then after that they invited us to come for a party and thing. And people, they treat, I love that place. Of all the places in Jamaica, even more than where I was born, to be honest with you. The love
because
that I have for
them. And all the people
they treated us like.
What was it like, Mr. Austin, back in the days, when you heard your song for the very first time? Well, how did you feel when you go into a dance hall now and see people rocking to your #1 songs? Tell me how you feel.
Well, that's a good question. Because I remember went down to East for a little while to look for my grandmother. But my grandfather had died. And she had rent a part of the house to a man. And the lady, her name was Beatrice Manning, had a cousin from Moko in Clarendon, where Derek Morgan is from. I think Derek told me that they were related. And she was very beautiful. Patricia Godshaw was her name. And I remember we went to a dance. That Moon Glow was the sound system at the night time. I could look at distance from it going down to where they call it Savannah. And we walk it and went to the dance. And when I hear my song played, I wouldn't dance it with anybody but she. Oh. But it had a song she could dance with anyone. You know, I was so proud, so happy. And I remember when we were coming home on the road, I was singing to her, singing all along, asking her to be intimate with me, and she was, no. And I reached a stage when I started crying. That's where my crying come. I guess where I get this crying sound or the crying way from my life was because my mother died when I was 2. Didn't know mother. Wow. Thankfully I had 2 grandparents who was loving. Wow. And my uncles, they took me like their own.
What was your mom's name?
Daphne Joyce Monica Ramsey.
Daphne Joyce Monica Ramsey. I can tell you this, Daphne. Wherever you are up in heaven, I know you must be very proud of your son because he has grown up to become a pioneer, an icon in the business. And it is all because of your nurturing from in the stomach that made him into the giant that he has now become.
Yeah, I understand she was a beauty. She was sick because my grandmother is an half Jew.
Okay.
And so you can imagine, she was beautiful, I understand. That's about it. Came back to town and we did other songs, you know, because the first one after we did that, the most hurtful part of the whole scenario with the coxswain was a man I had a lot of love and respect for. And he did that for me. I could sing anything. And I would sing with everybody want me to be a voice. I sing with Roy Richard, with a group, Peter Austin and the Freedom Singers, and yeah, I have a lot of
your catalog is extensive.
Oh my God, Peter Austin, if you go on YouTube and I don't put in Clarendonians, Peter Austin. Sometimes you see they put Peter Austin and then Clarendonians, Peter Austin, Lonely Hearted, all those kind of songs. And so I with Cox now, for 5 tunes that was #1. 1, 2, 3 and just going down always in the top 10. Because the late, I don't think he's late, but Rocky Butler used to have a program on Radio Jamaica known as
JBC.
On the Town, or JBC it was, On the Town. And there was a section that is pure Clarendonian.
Pure Clarendonian.
Pure Clarendonian.
You dominated.
Yeah man, we dominated that time. Because at that time you had the Gaylords were less than we, was not popular, but they were good, a very good group, and the Wailers too. You know, Wailers was simmered down. Walk the Proud Long with me, and you know, few songs, and then till they fall out with it. It was always a money problem with Coxon. But I think we sometime gave him a bad name. You know why? Because remember, he used his own money, did all the things, but only if we had gotten a better result. Because when I said to him, Mr. Dad, only this, he said, remember Peter, I have to give for promotion and things. But so what he did for me was give me a job in the office because I said I was very intelligent. And I used to do a little typing, a little stenciling, make up credit note and you know and all those things. So I used to get a little extra there. That's the only way I still was singing for him. Cause I remember one day I left from the office and go straight and did 10 guitar. Wow. I have a band of men and all they do is play for me. They come from miles around to hear them play a melody. Beneath the stars, my 10 guitars would play a song for you.
I love it.
And if you're with the one you love, this is what you do. Oh, dance, dance, dance to my 10 guitar.
I didn't do the classic.
You know, yes, so I didn't like that. And there was anytime any song that need backing up, because Roy Richard did 100 pounds of clay. He took 100 pounds of clay.
Yeah, remember that.
And then he said, hey, listen, I'm gonna fix this world today. Cause I know what's missing. And he rolled his big sleeve up. And a brand new love begin. But he couldn't take the note. So I had to do that. He created woman and lots of loving for a man. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And yes, he did. Well, it was Beloved Man. That song that plays on YouTube too.
Yeah.
And you know, so you hear the difference of the voice when I come in.
Yes.
So you know, those days were good days. Because we never come. There were times when Cox would say, okay, tonight or today is the Clarendonians Day.
Wow.
So we'd sing like Rules of Life. Soldiers love the battle and the sailor love the sea. The reaches of desire for the rule and life for me. Dogs delight is to bark and bite, bullies like to fight. The reaches of desire for the rule and life for me. Cause I would rule the people, set them free. Down there, cameraman dancing, Victory. And then we sing all one name the church.
Yes.
I went to a dance the other night. And everybody was doing the journey. It went on and on and on and on. I never seems to stop. It went on and on and on and on. I never seems to stop. And all at once it happened. One of the prettiest girls in this world. She came over and talked to me. Said she'll be my girl. She went over and talked to me. Said she'll be my girl. She told me that she loved me, but that wasn't the truth. Yes, she lied. She lied. She lied to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the legendary Mr. Peter Aston. I'm so thrilled. I'm so happy because I get an opportunity to perform with the Clarendonians. I did a little thing with Ernest Wilson, and now I'm sitting with Mr. Peter Aston. So I'm a Clarendonian.
Yes,
Hey, so tell me, in terms of your royalties and your publishing, when you did a song back then, what was required? There was no requirements. You didn't sign any documentation or anything, did you?
Let me tell you, away from the contract with Coxon.
Yes.
But when I left in 1967, I went to I would say, one of the best, because that's when I first wrote something that belongs to me.
Okay.
His name was B.K. Kalnick of Carlton Record, 15 Market. Started to work with him and sing for him. I did songs like, was saying goodbye to Coxon, so I wrote a song, Bye Bye Bye.
Wow.
Bye 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 bye. Too long I've been a slave. Thought I would be till I'm buried in my grave. Now I'm free. He no longer own me. Got to tell him, Sam. Bye, 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 bye. Ooh, yeah. But that was the first song I did for Kenlock.
Okay.
Then I did Baby Baby. Then I did one of the songs that is most viewed and loved throughout the world. It says, I'm Sorry.
Wow.
It was a love affair that I had with a girl that
Oh,
I
it's a
met.
true life
story. It was a love affair that I have with a girl known as Hortense Lewis, not Ellis. They mix it up with Hortense Lewis. And I wrote this song. I'm sorry for the way that I mistreated you. I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart, you baby, believe me I do. Please forgive me and let me live again. Free my heart now from this terrible pain. Give me another chance and let me prove my love to you. Sorry, in the morning you were my water, and in the evening my cup of tea. In the morning you were my water, girl, and in the evening my cup of tea. Oh baby, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, honestly. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
No, man, it's alright. I understand.
Yeah.
I'm like that to you, Mr. Aston, because me sitting here with you, it's an honor.
To be honest, almost 400,000 views.
Wow.
And I've traveled, sadly.
So did you get back in love with that song, Mr. Aston?
Yes, I did, because
did you have to?
never re-recorded it. But do it on stage when I travel overseas. Because I've did shows in England more than once, Canada, Mexico, and like in Germany. So, you know, all over.
This is the next question I want to ask you, since you touched overseas.
Yeah.
What was it like now? The Clarendonians did their great things in Jamaica and so on, but now you're on an airplane, flying to a different country to do what you do best. What was your thoughts when you landed?
Well, you know, to be honest, Ernest, actually went overseas before I did.
Oh, really?
But I thought I first went on an airplane before because I was working at the airport.
Okay.
And I remember I love cricket dearly. I used to play the game growing up. And so I got a ticket to go to Montego Bay.
Okay.
And that was the first time I took a Air Jamaica flight to Montego Bay.
So you fly by the plane. So you're first.
I used to, when he come to look for me at the airport, when we never broke up, you know. Ernest and I
still
until this day,
I still love him, but
yes. I would press his shirt and pants and see that he look good and thing.
He was more like a father figure.
Yes, and he was, sometimes he was like my father.
Oh, really now?
Yeah, sometimes.
Tell us a little bit about when he became a little man.
Yeah, when he became big now, I would start singing and be loved by
hundreds of thousands.
Yes, and Jamaican too at Oceana Hotel downtown.
Yes.
Michael Barnett was very impressed by us. And so we do a lot of shows down there.
Wow.
And I remember what I lived in Kingston. I had to stay. He would give us a room down there.
A suite at the hotel?
Yes. And so when I drove my car down there and parked and went, I remember one night I was very drunk. And we were supposed to go up and I already said, Peter, you can't go up.
Under the booth, yeah.
Under the booth. And you know, when they all vomit and all them things, they wipe it up and they throw me in the bathroom.
And clean you up.
And clean me and fresh me up, man. And get a soup, come give me a thing.
Wow.
Mash down the place tonight.
Of course.
Because how Michael used to do it. I would, when they call up the Clarendonians, I would start with, you can be happy, I remind you. When I call you up, your lines engaged. You know, you won't see me. I mean, you won't see me, and then we'll break away, and I would sing like, for your precious love means more to me than any love could ever be. For when I wanted you, I was so lonely and so blue. That what love can do. And I would sing that, and I maybe sing a James Brown too.
Yeah.
Try me.
Yes, I remember that. Yes.
Try me, darling. Please tell me that your love is real. Oh, I need you. I need you. Ooh, you know, and then he would come on and sing like, just like the rain that falls, ooh, falls from the sky. My love for you will never die, will never die. Oh yeah. And so he would sing that, and he would sing the one, let true love be your right hand, man. Because they had love, let true love be your, you know? I know this world is not only for me. God knows, it could never be. Oh, when I tell you that, it goes for each and every one. I feel the same. Let your love be your right on me. I was born, and you know, beautiful song.
Powerful.
And so we continued that kind of way. And everywhere that you had Heineken starter, we was always, sometimes the closing up, we go to Negrin, we have been to Coachurias, Sovereign Center, Mascam, Carcom, till when then, you know, when Ocean Hotel break up, I can't count, man, I can't count the amount of time we sang.
Yeah.
And,
but remember, you know, I asked you, what was it, or did you feel when you landed in a country now? And, and you see all these people, the limousine, and the attention and so on. How did you feel as a Jamaican?
No, it's like I go down on my knees. That a guy was brought up in the church. I said, Lord, thank you. I never know I'd reach here sometime. Pinch myself. This is, this is me. You know, during the first show, not in North America really, but then I went to England. I went to the first place I went to is Margate. We stopped in London, then we drove to a town named Margate. Margate. And then after that, we flew from London, not, you know, just like a local airport, to Germany. And oh, we were treated like king. The German, I don't think it's the German, the Hitler German has changed completely. We went to, was it Cologne? No, the city we went in was M-E-I-N-Z, means. And I never forgot one of the guys we call him the silent one. You know the smoke.
But you never hear him talk?
No, you can't, you don't know one word in English. You have to make sign. But him carry to everywhere. We go to restaurants and I explain that, no, don't eat meat, no meat, and things like that. And then I remember when we did a show beside a river, when I walk on the pavement that they said Jesus walked, you could imagine, I said, I walked the footstep of the Lord, the creator of heaven and earth. And I remember the night, even before I performed, and they had a upstairs place where they were giving, you know, food and things. So I said to the lady, I don't eat meat and things, but she said, what do you want to eat? I said, shrimp. She said, shrimp? Okay. Carry a big bowl of shrimp. I eat shrimp, that shrimp, she boil them, you know.
Yeah, you can just pick up
I eat shrimp, I pick them.
So fast forward now, Mr. Austin, to in the latter part now of the year, like in the 80s, 90s, 2000s and so on. Did you do much work then? Was the group still in the world?
Yes, the last show we did was with Ernest and myself in Clarendon. Okay. In Clarendon Park at Juicy. Juicy Party there.
Yes.
We were well recognized, was well, you know, everybody saying they're crazy to start the Clarendonians start the show.
Yeah, you should be finishing that. Everybody got down.
No, them say, them crazy man.
Alright, I noticed that we have a number of awards here, and I'm going to pick them up one by one, and you can explain to me how you felt when you got. Which one is the first one you got from this group?
The first one I got was this.
All right.
Father Bins. Father Bins.
This is Father Bins. It says, Father Bins Executive Promotion Trophy. This was in the year 1993.
93, yes.
And it was awarded to the Clarendonians. Who is Father Bins to you?
Father Bins was someone I had known with, you know, our association with Greenwich Farm, Greenwich Town as it is now known. And the reason why, I don't know, I would just got a call.
Okay. Because I call that you have this trophy.
Yes, to present to me, or the Clarendonians present to me. And I went over Portmore and got it.
Got it.
I don't remember the place where we sang, but I sang before and then they presented to me.
Which one next now? Which is the next one?
The next one was, I believe this was the one.
Okay, so let's take a look.
It was given to me in Florida.
Okay.
By Vanny McGowan. And
let me read what it says. It says, nostalgia in gold. Salute Peter Austin from the Clarendonians. This was given to you on May 14, 1995 in Florida.
Yes, so you see,
tell us a little bit about this. Yes.
Well, Vanny used to keep shows. First thing, Vanny came to Jamaica after an accident in New York. She was a radio announcer. And she came and she and Sir Coxon. Coxon was in New York and came out. And all our pictures of all of those old time artists. Some look like cavemen. Guys from way back when.
Yes.
Yes. Catalites reuniting and all them things. And you know, we were next door to, that would be 11 Brentford Road, would also belong to Coxon.
Studio One Boulevard.
Yeah, I am the one who caused it to be named.
Studio One Boulevard.
Yes, Peter Austin is the one who did.
Wow.
Yes, so it's during that state of time, all artists come and they were stationed at Oceana Hotel. They were almost the whole hotel. So I was the one at the night they called to give the vote of thanks. And my speech, not remembering all of it, but ladies and gentlemen, it's unfair to Sir Coxon that a man who have done so much for the music, that we should be here tonight, you know, being honored, and the government hasn't honored him over the years, that even an OD or a street name after him. And when we give the speech, everybody standing ovation. Them say, Barbara Gludan was there and she said, oh my God, to my wife, I never knew you was man a boss, I never knew the man could attack so.
You can sing what you want.
So yes, him so quiet, you know.
Powerful.
And so I would give it, and the next day when I went to Studio One, even teacher, Peter, that was a boss thing, them called the boss already, I go give him whole day and all that.
Powerful.
And name the street after it.
So ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're talking about, and that's why we do an interview like this. An interview that will show these younger artists that the great Peter Austin was not a selfish man.
No.
Was a man that, and he could easily have got his award and his accolades and didn't care diddly spot about anybody else. But just his thought and ideas and his words became reality. Sometimes it's not money that you give that help, but just that inner feelings of you, how you feel about an individual. And that is why we're doing this interview, because we feel fond about knowing Mr. Austin. We feel fond about listening to him with Ernest Wilson, all the great hits that he has given us. It is our time now to give back, but we get into that some more. Tell us a little bit more else on what's on
this other one was given. This is number 4, was given by Heineken Star Time.
Wow. It is a beautiful Michael crystal. This is the Living Legend Award, presented to Peter Austin Clarendonians for outstanding contribution to the development and growth of Jamaican music. Aine King, Star Time, Saturday, May 15, 2004. Very powerful.
Yes, so going into the
Very
2000
powerful.
now. After that came this one.
Okay.
To disturb.
No, man. This is beautiful. I love this. This is Stars Are Us,
yeah.
And it's another Lifetime Achievement Award to the Clarendonians. And this is powerful, very heavy, nicely made, as you can see. As a matter of fact, we're going to be taking individual pictures. So when we speak about each one, we can actually...
This was given after. This was the Stars Are Us.
Stars Are Us.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
now,
this
one now
was given to me by the Mike Henry, as it says there.
Okay, let me read it. It says Clarendon Music Award.
Yeah.
Intensity and Desire. The Honorable Lester Michael Henry. Special Music Award for outstanding contribution to music in Clarendon. Presented to Peter Austin in 2011. Very powerful. I have to thank you on behalf of all those people for recognizing your worth, for recognizing your contribution, and you're still contributing because this interview will help to teach other youngsters. See, we're doing what the Chinese are doing. We're extracting all the knowledge so that when you're up in heaven resting somewhere, your word will be cemented in stone and steel, and other young people can strive to be like a Peter Austin. What a remarkable individual he is. The Clarendonians coming together again. I would love that, Mr. Austin. What are your thoughts on that?
It would be nice because we tried it more than once. When we were at 55, we did a show at King Star Time, and then we are now at 57 years.
57 years. I was born 1957, so that is significant. But you know what? And I'm going to pledge this on camera. Ladies and gentlemen, I would love to be a part of arranging and organizing the reunion of the Clarendonians. Reason being, I think that when you honor such a group of such magnitude, the entire show should be around that group. We might have a couple of opening acts, of course, but the entire show should be around the Clarendonians. And I intend to bring Mr. Austin with his permission, and of course with the permission of Ernest Wilson in Clarendon. It would be beautiful to go back to where you come from.
He would appreciate that.
Go back to where you come from so that those young ones, because they hear of you. A lot of people in Clarendon, oh, the Clarendon, because they're proud of the name and so on. But it would be nice to see these young ones, and especially Peter, based on what has been happening in Clarendon. Clarendon has reached to a point where a lot of people have lost their lives, Mr. Austin, over the years. And we'd love to be the healing source, that healing power, because the power of music. Remember, in the Bible it says, it is the singers and players of instruments and the spoken words that can bring some stability back to our country and to our people. I honor you, sir. I take this time now to appeal to you, the fans. Mr. Austin is not begging like he's on the streets and so on, but then he's not living the flamboyant life that I think he deserves. He paid his dues for many years, bringing you good songs, singing good songs, even speaking with the spoken words to you. This is your time now to reach out and give back to Mr. Austin. Is there a number that you can put public that you want?
Yeah, there are two numbers.
Right.
876
right
497 8283. That's 876 497 8283. And the other number is 876-538-6252.
These numbers are not my numbers. These numbers can get you directly to the superstar. For those fans, and I know he has fans all over the world, get in touch with Mr. Austin. Whatever you can do, because guess what? It is not the amount, ladies and gentlemen, that matters. It's the thought. So if you have £100, £50, 200, 500, 1,000, a million, we don't care. It's the thought that counts. He needs it at this time. He's 75 years old. Still going strong. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been such a powerful interview with the legendary Peter Austin. We spoke about the early beginnings. We spoke about how he got involved and how he met the legendary Ernest Wilson. And the way he spoke so eloquently and articulate. And he has a very sharp memory. He remembered dates and times, and even the day Friday was significant in the interview. Now I'm going to ask you, Mr. Austin, to reach out to your other half, Ernest Wilson, and speak to him and to the world in regards to your longtime friend and partner.
Ernest, if you are watching this interview, always remember that you will be my friend, my brother friend, until our dying day. Understand, and I know that you are not in the best of health at the moment. All I can say, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician, but I would suggest that you take it easy. Cut off from the smoking if you do. Cut off from the drinking that will destroy you. Eat more vegetables. Cut off from the meat eating and all them things. And always remember your God. Keep on praying. If possible, confess your sins before Him and be baptized in the name of Jesus Christ. Because in Acts chapter 2 verse 19, Peter said unto them, not me, Peter from the Bible said unto them, repent all of you for the remission of sin and be baptized in the name of Jesus Christ, and you shall receive the Holy Ghost. So Ernest, I wish you the best. I long to see you. You remember the last time we met. So if you're seeing this interview, give me a call, give me a check. Remember me give out my number, I say to you again, especially the one that I'm more familiar with, is 876-538-6252. 876-538-6252. So Ernest, give me a call, and we're just dying for the two of we reunite even one more time. Even one more time. Give the fans base what they want. We'll give them. You know, this is crime, and always my heart is full with joy too at the moment, and the sadness of how things are turned out for us. Because I remember when we tour and travel to certain places in Jamaica, people used to say, where's your car? Where, you know, you guys make so much with your car then. And we couldn't even buy a bicycle. And it was sad. I remember the days when we have to share one lounge chair, back to back. And, you know, all over Jamaica. I remember when we went to Canada too, all the incidents that took place there. Some good, some sad. But Ernest, keep the faith. Don't give up. And remember, God is standing by. And if I had anything or even a song to sing, may the good Lord bless and keep you, whether near or far away. May you find that long-awaited golden day today. May your troubles all be small ones, and your fortune 10 times 10. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. Via Candias, my friend. Thank you.
I'm kind of lost for words.
We share a lot of good times and bad times, but we'll always be until the good Lord take his breath from us. We tried our best. We did what we had to do and saw it through without exemption. To think we did all that, and may I say that in a boastful way, we did it all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aston.
Sure.
Thank you. I love you, Mr. Aston. Love you, sir. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. A powerful interview from one of our icons, Mr. Peter Aston. Whatever you can do, we're appealing to you to reach out to him and reach out to Ernest. This is iconic. This is our treasure. We love them in life, and we tell them that we do in life. I will always love them. Thank you very much for watching, and please have a wonderful day. Thank you.